Alrighty, we are back here with the fourth and final week of the podcast, the Men of Iron BODcast. It's been a pleasure, Justin.
It's gone too fast.
True. But gone but never forgotten. So it'll be good. But anyway, so we're getting started here, and last week kind of talked about the idolatry of fitness. We can just give you a quick recap, if you're just joining us now. First week we talked about a little bit about the theology and like why fitness is important. Week 2 was just kind of about like glorifying God with our fitness and kind of like the holistic approach to fitness, not just working out. And then last week was kind of talking about idolatry and kind of how we kind of fight against that, and like some practical tools of just like either seeing it in yourself or just how to kind of combat that. And then this week, just want to kind of wrap it up with just talking about some practical tools for how to get started, how we can get some of you guys started, just because I know that is a big thing to a bunch of you guys listening. So scripture I just want to start off with is Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And just kind
of
like
your spotter.
What? It's like
God's like your spotter.
True. If you ever need a spotter, just shout to God. So
He will uphold you with his righteous right hand.
True.
Am I forcing that too much?
No, it's good. It's good. So one kind of like underlying theme that we've been talking about, like just kind of like the gospel through fitness and like how God like is for you. Like you were both a price, but you're worth it. And like he wants to help you, and he wants to help, like he wants you to succeed, and like he wants you just to use the body that he's given you and use the time and resources that he's given you just to honor and glorify him. And like, you're worth it. Just, I'm not sure if you would have anything to say.
Yeah. I mean, again, like a lot of guys get stuck in a place where they're like, that's not what my experience was. I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. I've got too far to go. Mm-hmm. And again, we're not promising quick fixes. There's no such thing. Nope. And there's a lot out in the culture and media that will be like, take this pill and you'll lose there's not a quick fix to hard work. There's not a quick shortcut. You have to do the hard work.
That's true.
And it's not going to always be easy. First, especially as you're first getting into it, man, you're sore. Like it hurts. Mm-hmm. And so we're not promising that, but we're just saying, take those first steps. It is worth it. God believes in you. I mean, like, do not fear. Like, don't be afraid. Don't let the lies around you go, I can't start. I can't do it. I'm too old. I'm too weak. Whatever it is, like, you can. God is, again, he's for you. Yeah. And so are we. I mean, there's others. I mean, you're not alone. Yeah. Like we said, like last week, some of the stats, there's a lot of men that are not physically healthy. Yeah. So you look around, there's a lot more guys that are probably going through the same journey that you are. Yeah. Then you realize you're not the only one, but that's not an excuse to just stay there.
For sure. So we just want to talk about this podcast. I just know like a big thing is like, okay, great. Like we learned about this stuff the past couple of weeks, but how do I actually get started? Or maybe just like scared to fail, or what are some practical ways? Cause like, it's great to know all this information, but like if there's no actual practical action steps, so what? So just kind of talk about that today. And just like, I think the first thing for me and like that I would ask you guys as listeners, or even maybe to Justin here, just as a practical thing is like, what do you enjoy doing? Or what is something that like any sports or like running or lifting, like what kind of, Justin, like for you specifically, what was like a way that like, or why do you do what you do now? Or like, how do you enjoy it? Or how do you find something that's like actually enjoyable?
Yeah. So I've always like played sports. So like for me, just like competition and getting after it and getting out on a team. So that's always been a motivating factor. Like I enjoy watching sports. I mentioned before, like football has always been like my passion for athletics, played it throughout my life. Still watch. Very excited about Chicago Bears.
Hey, go Birds! Go Birds to all the real listeners.
Shout out to the 3 other guys in the world listening right now who are Bear fans. But like that has been a big part of it. So like even now in this season of life, being fit, a lot of times it's tied to like staying active in some of those settings. So like I play basketball, pick up ball with a bunch of my friends. We're on this, this league that's starting to come to getting closer to playoffs.
That's right. JC Park Thursday nights.
That's right. Come on out, paint your faces, get crazy. Yeah. But like, so that's still for me is a reason. Like I enjoy challenging myself in those settings and being competitive with friends or against enemies. And so even like that then leads into why I'm trying to work on mobility and strength training, because I want to get out there and perform well for my teammates. So like, again, even though I'm not in any sort of professional career related to athletics, it's something I enjoy doing. Like I have fun. I'm not a runner. Like I do not like just going out to run for the sake of running. Like shout out to all those guys that can do that. Like that just has never been fun for me. I've always had to have some purpose. Like I need a lacrosse stick. I need a football in my hand. Like there's some reason. But for me, that's what it's been.
No, sweet. Thanks for sharing. I think a big thing, and just ask that question because like, if you don't enjoy it at least somewhat, like you're most likely not going to stick with it. So just find something you enjoy, whether it is like a rec sport, whether it is working out, actually going to a gym, whether it's doing something at home with your family or your spouse, like going on walks together, stuff like that. Just find something you enjoy because you're most likely not going to stick with it. So just try different things. Like, I'm not sure if this kind of hits home, but like if you're married or different stuff, like you most likely dated different people, and like there's a reason you married who you married. Like, so like try different like exercise or do different things, and like until you find something like, oh man, I could do this for like a little bit. So
yeah, like not just jump into like, hey, I'm gonna just be a bodybuilder, you know, tomorrow. Like if that's like if the gym setting and even like what you know, you definitely know the different levels of gym memberships, right? There are definitely. I mean, we're not being sponsored. I don't know if I could say any names. I don't know. But like, Planet Fitness is very much like relate. Like, hey, just like this is supposed to be for. This is not for meatheads. Like, this is not for body. But like, just get active. Be fit. Like, find a place, and the gyms in your area that maybe have more focused on those bodybuilding kind of care. Personalities and programs. Like, find a place that you feel comfortable with. Yeah. Well, there's video training. Like you can do things at home. Like you said, like get involved with your family. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can, it's not like you have to do one thing or nothing else.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like Justin was saying, just like start small. Like that's like the call to action. Like every good thing like takes time. We talked about that like a little bit last week. Just start small. And like, whether it is like, invest in some like, Justin has a home gym. I know that like it's taking some time for him to build up. He just didn't go out and like buy all this stuff at one time. Or like, like Justin said, just like get a gym membership or do something, join like a rec league or do something like small that you can do it. And like another thing, like another practical thing is like, I know like a bunch of us are working, have these like professional jobs, different stuff like that. Like put it on your calendar or schedule it. Like just for like this first week, like I would say like for this next upcoming week, you're listening to this on a Monday, this is when it comes out, or whenever you are, like just maybe for the next week, like put on your calendar, just like once or twice, just like block out just like 15 or 20 minutes of just like time. Cause if you block it out and you put it in your calendar and like, first off, you'll get a reminder to do it, which is always great. And then also like, you're actually just like starting that habit of like, okay, this is part of my daily walk. This is part of my daily just like time that I'm setting aside to pursue this. We talked about too much, like we talked about earlier. It's like if you do too much too fast, like it's not sustainable. Like, like we talked about climbing the mountain here at Men of Iron. Like if you want to climb a mountain, you take small steps and it takes time. Like if you try to spread up the mountain, like it's not going to work out. Like you're going to get burnt out and then you're like, anyway, so just take these small steps. There's like the biggest call to action for that. And then we talked about a little bit too, like just like invite people into it. Like we're talking about glorifying God and some of these other, and even like idolatry and whatnot. Just like invite some either, like I know for me, it's like I go to the gym or like playing, we talk about playing like this rec league together, like do it in a community. One, it just helps with like discipline, helps you with accountability. And like if you have a friend or someone like that's like reaching out to you or anything like that, that's like, hey, are we going to the gym today? Or you gonna be at basketball or you coming out to golf or something today? Like that's huge in itself. And then also just from like a relational, like we have our core five, and like whether it's like your friends or family, like boom, like right there's like already a couple people that you could do stuff. I know you do some stuff together with
so like we've got a garage gym set up and really, and this kind of goes back to the idolatry piece and fitting it in as a priority, but also making sure it's balanced. So like not everyone has to have a gym in their garage or basement, but being able to have access to that for me has been great. So it's not like I'm working and then I'm coming home and I'm going out to the gym for, I've got to drive there. I've got to, change, I'm not taking time away from our family routine so I can fit it in hey, early morning, or sometimes it worked out after, bedtime, or I've incorporated the kids. Like we have, open the garage door, the kids are shooting hoops. And I mean, what's been fun. So then the trickle down for us has been like, my wife is just as involved in the gym now and working out on her own. We sometimes work out together. Our kids, so I've got 4 kids, and most of them will join us in the gym if we're out there and they're around. They like, it's really cute too. Like see our 4-year-old, like I've got some great videos of him, like, picking up these dumbbells and doing like, bad form. I mean, we'll correct it as he gets older, but
yeah, we're all about proper form here at Men of Iron.
Very disappointed in it. But like Jax is out there like lifting weights and trying to do like things. And like, so I think one, it's again, that's that synergy of like these other core 5 areas and not making it an idol. And then also like it brings in relationship and community. It brings in accountability. And I think it's teaching others the importance. Like I think our kids are seeing, hey, like health and wellness and fitness, it matters to us. And it's not a God, it's not an idol.
Sure.
But we have to like you said, you got to put it on your calendar. Otherwise it won't be important at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And kind of going off that too, like it's an investment in yourself. Like maybe for some of you finance guys out there, or guys like finances or business stuff, like it's like a little bit more relatable. Like consider like it's like investing in yourself, like investing like that time. And like if you're healthier down the road, like if in terms of just like a financial piece, like you're most likely not gonna have as many like health bills and different stuff down the road. It's like pretty proven that like if you have a higher strength capacity and a higher just like a cardio capacity, like you're going to live longer and you're going to be better off. So just in terms of like an investment standpoint, like just take that time to like invest in yourself and just like invest in relationships too. Like there's multiple ways that you guys can get involved. And I know this is speaking for myself, and maybe Justin can definitely probably relate to this definitely more, maybe speak to it too. Like get started now. Like I know I'm younger, I'm 25, Justin's getting up in years, he's 40, he's 40. But it doesn't get easier. Life doesn't like slow down. Like, so do it now. Like when you have, I'm speaking maybe to some of the younger guys or anyone, honestly, just like make that investment and make that commitment now. Cause like, if you do get married, if you do start having kids, like it's not like time's going to like suddenly like appear out of anything. Like life gets busier. So start making that investment now. Just get in that habit, just like anything we talked about before, like a relationship with God, a walk with God, or anything. It takes intentionality. And like, yeah, start small. And just like any good thing, like we're supposed to do life together. Like, so yeah, we talk about finding a friend and stuff like that.
Yeah, it reminds me of, I was trying to look this up real quick, the statistic on 42%, you're 42% more likely to achieve your goal if you write them down. So like that takes a little bit of intentionality of like, what is that goal and what's my plan? So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to do this thing. It jumps up to 76% more likely to achieve your goal if you write it down. So you're being intentional with that small step and that plan, and then you share it with a friend who's going to hold you accountable. So like those numbers, just like, I mean, if you're going to do anything, hey, I want to be successful. Wouldn't you want a 76% higher chance of being successful? Yeah. And to get there, it's being intentional with a plan, starting small, not going overboard, but then sharing that plan with a friend. Hey, you want to go? I'm starting. Whether they come with you to the gym or not. Yeah. If they're just like, hey, I'm making sure you said you're going to get to the gym 3 times this week, just checking in. Yeah. Or they become your spotter. Yeah. Hey, let's go together. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. And maybe you invite a friend who's a little bit more experienced and can show you something in the gym. Yeah. Yeah, we're all about mentorship here at Men of Iron. Like, wait a second. Wait a minute, this is too good. So, like, if you have someone that's older than you, invite them in. Like, if they know more about, like, if you don't know, then like, reach out to someone that knows. You do that for business, you do that for anything. Marriage advice, anything. Like, just reach out to someone that has more experience. Yeah, I mean, you can pay for. I mean, it's not a bad thing to invest in like a program. Do some research, someone to follow, a program. There's a lot of things. I mean, don't just believe everything on the internet, but there's some freer resources out there. And I mean, I'm going to set you up for our
this is a alley-oop here. But you could go to our website. We have a free couple of resources just to get you guys started, like simple, like two stretching routines, like upper, lower body, and then a couple like upper and lower body workouts that you can do at home. We're going to have like a body weight option, just like some bands and then some dumbbell stuff as well. So like just like
is that free?
It is free.
What?
FREE, free. So you just have to go to our website and check it out. But yeah, join a run club and stuff like that.
I just want, this is my thing has been, I wanted this to be called Workout at Home with Rome, Big Rome or something like that.
Yeah.
I think I got kiboshed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, don't.
At Home with Rome.
Yeah, you guys can steal that. If you guys want to steal that, there's no licensing, no trademark on that. But no, as we're wrapping up here, just thanks for listening this past month and stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us personally. We're happy to help in any way. We want to help you in all of your core 5Fs, and obviously that's why we're taking this past month to do this. But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure just being able to talk about this stuff. And I just hope you guys take that next step. Like, that's what we're all about. And just hope you guys know that you have what it takes. Like, and that you can do this in a community. You can do this together. And yeah, it's for your good, but it's also just to glorify God at the end of the day. But Justin, you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I'll just read again, because we've hit it enough times. So 1 Corinthians 6, 19 and 20. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you've received from God? You are not your own. You were bought with a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies.
Cool. Well, yeah, we'll let you guys go. Hope you guys have a great week, great rest of the month, and we'll talk with you guys soon.
All right. Later.
Thanks for listening to the Men of Iron podcast. If you enjoyed that episode, you can go to our website, menofiron.org. You can also like that episode. You can ring the notification bell, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. But again, thanks for listening to the Men of Iron podcast.